Thank you, Geeta, for kind introduction. Now I am focusing on the minor and major disadvantages of face mask and field survey. Moving to the minor disadvantages of face mask, there is the physiology of prolonged use of face mask. There is some problem in respiration as well as oxygen delivery. As we know that while using prolonged time, the face mask, the humidity and moisture which is accumulated on the surface of the face mask, which try to restrict the airflow. That's why it exert extra pressure on the lungs muscle to breathe. Due to the constraint in the area for the exhaling the CO2, there might be chance we can re-inhale the CO2 with oxygen. Due to the imbalance between the oxygen and CO2 in the lungs, they cause some physiological effects such as a headache. At the same time, because of the increasing the CO2 concentration in the body, the pressure of the oxygen in the lungs which is reduces, and for the delivering the oxygen from the lung to other part of body become quite problematic. There is some discomfort related to the face mask. When we wear the tight face mask for the prolonged time, we feel the some skin irritation and ear hurting. The acne problem arises the face mask covered area because of the higher temperature and the sweat because of sweat. Sometimes we feel the issue in the communication. We are speaking with a person having the face mask. We feel some problem in hearing. In special consideration, while exercising, the frequency of breath is higher as well as the sweating rate of sweating from the body is also higher. So while exercising, we most of the people feel slight problematic to wear the face mask. In some special population, the person having chronic disorder, like especially belong to the lungs, they feel the problematic to the normal breathing. These are the minor disadvantages which may not be observed in the all human being, but it's problem faced by the some human being. Now moving to the major disadvantages, because of the COVID pandemic, there is an increase in the need of biomedical plastic as shown in the left hand side of the figure. Most of these materials are made up of the polymeric material. We are majorly focusing on the surgical face mask, which middle layer is made up of the polypropylene. These biomedical plastic, which is belonging to the part of the thermoplastic family and belonging to meso as well as microplastic. Some microplastic contain the toxic chemicals such as the added to phthalate to prevent it the longer time for the environment. As it is a part of plastic family, they also take these biomedical plastic also take the longer time to degrade naturally in the environment. Not only the biomedical plastic generation is increases, but normal use of plastic is increased. Considering the safety, health in health, the vegetable seller as well as the fruit seller use the single-use plastic in the COVID pandemic. There are some effect of the biomedical waste. We are including our surgical face mask and having the environmental concern, include including the diagnosis, detecting and a treatment of the SARS-CoV things. All biomedical plastics are used. The SARS-CoV RNA, which according to the study, which is present on the outer layer of the mass around 168 hours, and it is a contagious waste. If this waste is not properly managed, then it having the serious threat to the living being as well as the ecological system. As it is a contagious waste, it has some ability, or it has as a vector for the pathogen and other bacteria production hub. According to the survey, like zero point 0.2 and zero point 0.5 kg per day biomedical hazardous waste created by the low income as well as high income country. The right hand side of flowchart explains itself how to manage the biomedical waste properly, and what if it is not managed get properly. The developing countries, including the India, because of their poor waste management facility, most of the time the waste are going to the open landfill, and through the open landfill, due to the waterways or airways, it going to the ultimately to the global ocean. 80% of the global ocean plastic which is coming from the land. So there is an impact of biomedical waste on the life cycle also. As we seen, if this waste is not get properly managed, then it is goes to the waterways and into the ocean bodies through the waterways as well as the airways. These these biomedical waste, majorly the surgical mask, which fragmented into the small pieces like 5 micrometer, due to the salinity of water, temperature, and other environmental factors. These small pieces have the probability which get ingested by the fish and other aquatic species. We know that the for the protein and the food source, aquatic species are used as the food source for the most of the people. So ultimately we are having the plastics in our place. At the same time, because of this waste which all going to the marine, some marine species or birds, they get entangled with them and cause a serious issue to their health, as well as they cause to the death. Sometimes that waste is having the in the open landfill due to the chemical as well as the chemical as well as the bacterial treatment. They they fragmented into the land, and which cause the land pollution as well as the underground water pollution. Same time, if we unknowingly, if we are going to burn this biomedical waste in the open landfill or the some incineration center which not maintain the proper CO2 filters, so ultimately that release they release the carbon dioxide into the air, and which another reason for the global warming. So these are the impact on the life cycle. According to worldwide survey for the biomedical waste and the face mask, which is the right hand side of the table, it shows before COVID pandemic and after COVID pandemic, there is a sudden increase in the biomedical waste as well as the uses of the face mask. Right hand side of the graph, it shows the Asia is the largest continent and which use the large number of face masks. In the Asia, the Eastern Asia region uses the largest number of face masks. According to the reports, India is the country which produced a larger number of biomedical waste during the COVID pandemic. We have the some figures for the India. In India, before the COVID pandemic, the biomedical waste generation is 587, and after the COVID, in the COVID pandemic period, the generation of biomedical waste is increases to 775 ton per day. According to the Worldwide Fund for the Nature, their report, if the 1% of the face mask is mismanaged or improperly managed, that is equivalent to the 100 billions of masks every month we are dumping on the land or ocean. And this problem is going to be worse because during the COVID pandemic, to stop the spread of this virus, most of the countries are under the lockdown, and which suspended the plastic recycling program also. So that caused extra burden nowadays on the waste management system. This is the figure of the one of the incineration center in the Maharashtra state. So in India, we total have 198 biomedical waste treatment, and in Maharashtra we have the 31 biomedical waste treatment, out of which the 29 are the incineration centers and 2 are the open landfills. We have done the field survey. We have made the PASCO, which is the one of the company which is tie up with the Pune Municipal Corporation, which collect the biomedical waste from only the registered medical center. They have 17 vehicles in Pune, and each vehicle having the 100 stop. They collect the biomedical waste from the registered medical center once in a week, except syringe and the uh, saline bottle. Other biomedical waste they directly go to the incineration center, and syringe and saline bottle go for the recycling. We have made the NCL medical centers staff. According to them, the we can use one surgical mask only 2 times after the proper sanitization. The best way to discard the face mask, it is we cut into two parts and place into the only yellow colored dustbin. According to their suggestion, the common people should use the cotton mask and maintain the social distancing to prevent them from the COVID-19 virus. So these are the same problem pointed by the some researcher as well as a journalist to avoid to avoid such impact of the face mask pollution on a human life. So there requires some solution, and which will be covered by my fellow colleague Chandan Mahajan. She will be covering the next topic, the solution to avoid a face mask pollution. Thank you.